Hello and welcome to News 6. I'm Andrew Dix. Today's show is presented by Mr. Larry Acox, 6th grade class from North Richland Adams Elementary in Defiance, Ohio. Our program today will tell you about some interesting area, people, and business. With our first story is Brad to tell us about area business.
A daily newspaper, the Crescent News, reports our area news and has a circulation of 18,000. The people who are employed at the Crescent News are highly trained, and the entire process of putting the newspaper together from start to finish is very complex. The newspaper prints special information in many fields such as advice, auto care, or agriculture. The paper depends mainly on advertising for their income. The Crescent News has been computerized for years, and the employees must know their separate jobs well. Our newspaper helps our area, and an area man helps the hungry. Dan has a story.
President of Defiance College, Dr. Martin Ludwig, was recently chosen by the Church World Services to visit Ethiopia. He and other chosen representatives were asked to travel to the country to witness firsthand the extent of the drought and famine. They were asked to report back with their observations and suggestions on ways that churches could help the victims. Dr. Ludwig was chosen because he lived in Ethiopia for many years. He understands people, their culture, and their problems. He feels that the picture we see on television does not tell the whole story. Dr. Ludwig has the important task of telling the United States about the famine in Ethiopia. And another area man also has an important task. Jenny will tell us about it.
Lawrence Cappy has 8 horses, but the amazing thing about these horses is that they are Clydesdale workhorses. Matt Clemens interviewed Mr. Cappy about his horses.
How did you get interested in the horses?
Oh, we first started with them in 1975, and I suppose the main reason we got interested in Clydesdales was because of the Budweiser horses.
How much feed do they eat?
Well, the mature horses get close to a bale of hay a day and about 6 gallons of grain. A grain mixture of oats and corn and some other stuff.
Are they easy to take care of?
Very easy. They're very nice, quiet, gentle to be around.
What is the average weight of a full-grown Clydesdale?
Well, I've got several here that weigh about 19 apiece. Several geldings, a couple mares that weigh 16 or 1700. I guess that's probably about average.
Are they easy to train?
Oh yes, they pick things up real quickly. You start out with them when they're young, teach them to lead, and when they get a little older, you start putting harness on them so they're used to having that on their backs and having it on them. Then you hook them up with some horse that's well broken, and it isn't long before they're going real well.
Thank you for being on News 6.
Well, thanks for coming, and come back and see the horses anytime.
Mr. Kebby considers raising Clydesdales a hobby and wants to continue raising them for a long time. In our next story, one student feels strongly about what is happening in our area. Rachel will inform you with this editorial.
The dredging of the Tiffin River is bad because the river should never be cleaned out. The Tiffin River flows from Devil's Lake in Michigan to the Maumee River in Defiance, Ohio. It flows for about 50 miles with small creeks feeding it. If it is dredged, then trees will have to be cut and the river will get so hot, fish won't be able to live in it. Also, farmers that want it dredged live in Henry County, but people that live in Defiance and Williams counties don't want it dredged. Instead of dredging the river, people should clean it up. When the river is dredged, silt from the fields that lays on the bottom of the river is scooped up and put on the river bank and it stays there. The river won't be ruined if dead trees and bogs are cleaned out. From our area, we take you to Europe. Andrew has the story.
For 2 months during the summer of 1984, Lisa Smith with her mother and sister went to England and traveled through Europe. In England, the thing Lisa liked the most was the jousting tournament at Belvoir Castle. The knights were dressed just as they were long ago. The crowd cheered as the knights fought until Sir Richard won the battle. They traveled to Czechoslovakia to visit the area where their grandparents grew up. One of the heroes in Czechoslovakia was Janocek. He was the Robin Hood of the Slavic people. In Holland, Lisa and her family visited a cheese factory. Lisa watched as the farmer and his family went through the steps of making cheese. Lisa and her family visited Wales. They slept in a real haunted castle. They went to a medieval banquet where they ate only with a dagger. This was a trip Lisa will not forget. Thank you for joining us. Be here next week when 6th graders from Melmore Elementary in Melmore, Ohio host News 6. Have a nice week.